The enemy is setting up an ambush that could destroy an entire section of the front. While the world's attention is focused on diplomatic games, the occupiers have concentrated a deadly fist to seize a key settlement. The Ukrainian armed forces have officially explained this is not just another assault on a village, but an attempt to cut a strategic artery and change the course of the war in the east. Where exactly is the breakthrough being prepared, and why has this point become the Kremlin's #1 target? Now you will be the first to find out everything. And for more details, check out our report. You are on the Glevred channel. I'm your host, Yevhen Serov. Like and subscribe to the channel. According to Glevred, citing official sources in the Ukrainian armed forces, the Russian army has sharply changed the direction of its main efforts. As of today, the critical point on the map is a settlement, the capture of which would open the way for the occupiers to a logistics hub that underpins the entire defense of Donetsk region. The Ukrainian armed forces explain the enemy's plan is to create a pincer movement. They are not launching frontal assaults on well-fortified areas, but are instead trying to bypass this strategic point from the flanks in order to encircle our units operationally. This is a classic scorched earth tactic. First, aviation strikes with guided bombs, then artillery levels everything to the ground, and only after that do the so-called meat assaults begin. The occupiers do not care about losses, since they have received orders from the Kremlin to seize this bridgehead at any cost before the next round of negotiations in Abu Dhabi. Why is this particular point so important? Military experts highlight two key factors. First, the commanding heights. Whoever controls this settlement can see the surrounding area for dozens of kilometers and can effectively adjust artillery fire on the rear bases of the Ukrainian armed forces. Second, logistics. Supply routes for ammunition, provisions, and most importantly, evacuation of the wounded pass through this area. Capturing this point will allow the enemy to cut off the road, forcing our troops into a difficult and dangerous retreat across open terrain under drone fire. Representatives of the Operational Strategic Group of Forces note that the enemy is trying to take advantage of the current frosts. They hope that the frozen ground will allow heavy equipment to pass where there was impassable mud in the fall. However, the AFU have been preparing this defensive line for months, and every meter here has been turned into a kill zone for the occupiers. The AFU command assures that the situation is under control, although it remains extremely difficult. Additional reserves and timely electronic warfare systems have already been deployed to this direction to stop the enemy drone invasion. Interestingly, enemy activity here increased precisely after reports about a possible freezing of the front line. Putin wants to seize as many advantageous positions as possible in order to later dictate terms from a position of strength. The AFU see right through this plan. Our defenders are using the tactic of active defense. We are not just holding our ground, we are wearing down the enemy, forcing them to commit reserves that were being prepared for the spring offensive. The military say it outright. We know where they're trying to break through, and we're waiting for them there. The main battle is unfolding over every strong point, because losing this settlement could create a domino effect for the entire southeastern front. What do you think? Will the AFU be able to hold this critical position despite the intense pressure and freezing temperatures? Share your opinion in the comments. We read every one of your responses. Please like this video to support our brave defenders with vital information. And subscribe to the channel. Together, we will win. See you next time.